Hello, we are here to do some Q&A, and we're calling this thing the Enchanted Magic Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Dawn.
Thanks for joining us this week. If you hadn't seen us before, go back and check them out. We got some questions people had commented and sent in and all that sort of thing. So let's get started. All these are about Disney World, and we do this once a week. So if you got any questions, put them in the comments or email them to jeremytherapytv@gmail.com. Number one. Can you explain how mobile ordering food works? Beth. It's pretty simple, Beth. You just get on the My Disney Experience app, figure out where you want to order it from. So, like, if you're at Magic Kingdom and you're near, I don't even know, Columbia Harbor House, you get on there, look at the menu, select a time. It's usually like 20, 30 minutes, away. Put all the stuff you want in the cart. You go ahead and pay for it with a card. That you can enter on your phone and all that, and then basically it'll send it to the restaurant. When you get there, click I'm here, and they'll basically make it. What I'll normally do is, like, even if I'm not there but I'm like 5 or 10 minutes away, go ahead and click you're there. That way when
Whereas
you walk
we're walking to it.
Yeah, otherwise we found out through the past couple of years, like, if you wait till you get there, you're going to wait 10 minutes or something, or I mean maybe not that long, but while they make it. But that's it. Just use the My Disney Experience app. Figure out, where you want to. You can look up restaurants on the map.
Easy.
Yes, it's easy. And then usually it'll give you like a code or a number or whatever. You just show it to them and they'll get all your stuff. So it makes it. I mean, that's why they call it quick service, I guess. But it's easier
And quick.
than like sitting down and wasting, or not wasting, but you know what I mean, an hour and a half or something.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next question comes from Adam. It says, what is a good budget per day for food for 3 people at Disney? I guess it depends on if you're wanting to eat like snacks, or if you're wanting to do, I don't know.
We've never done the dining plan.
Yeah.
I just don't. I've looked at it. There's 2 different ones you can do, and I've watched people on YouTube and I've read stuff. I just don't like it because you kind of got to fit your whole day into how you're using it, I guess is the way to put it. Now, I do think in certain situations it might be better, and the good thing is you could pay up front for basically for eating. But I've seen a ton of people lately in a couple of Disney groups that'll be like, hey, we're leaving tomorrow and we got 14 dining credits. If you want them, text me and I'll pay for it, basically. I just think you'd have to be too
lenient or too.
It's like what counts for a snack credit and what all this stuff. I'd rather just throw some money slowly in like a savings account or a checking account and use
just get what you want.
Yeah, but as far as per day, I don't even know. Like for 3 people, I mean, you could eat cheap and plan like, I don't know, $50. I mean, that'd be real cheap at Disney, or you probably 150 is probably an average
per
guess.
day, yeah.
But like for us, we typically eat a cheaper lunch, and then maybe go a little more all out at dinner or whatever.
And then we take snacks. Now, I mean, there are some times where like in Epcot, where that's what we're specifically going there to do, and we might spend a little bit more. But other than that, and you can always bring your own food in there too. So it's not like you have to eat at the places that are at Disney.
I think for summertime, it's nice to go in somewhere and sit down. Well, you could really, even if you took your own food, there's places you could go sit down and eat in the air conditioner. Mm-hmm. But like we get caught up sometimes in, we'll eat somewhere and it'll be like a character dining, which you want to see, but you waste like 2 hours doing it, and then you come out and you're like, crap, now I can't do this, and this because we just spent 2 hours. Bless you.
Oh, sorry.
Doing this dining thing, and even if it's not character, it still takes a little while. So, I'd say 150 to 200 maybe if you're just kind of going normal, like not going wild for both and not going cheap for both, because you could do either.
True.
The next question is the bus or Uber better from the airport from Aiden? Basically, cost-wise, if you're just one person going solo, the bus is cheaper, $16, I think. But you've got to wait somebody broke it down in one of the groups the other day. We've never took the bus because it don't make no sense to me. But they basically said they waited about 20 minutes to get on the bus from the airport. Then they were the third resort stop. So they said it took about an hour and a half by the time they were ready to get on the bus, the time they got to the resort. We do Uber, and it is roughly $30 one way. That's why I said one person's cheaper at 16. Once you got two and it's 32, you might as well just Uber. But if you take Uber, basically we'll book it walking to the back of the airport. We might wait 3 or 4 minutes. It's roughly a 30-minute drive from. If you want to go deal with that cat, I'll keep talking. It's roughly a 30-minute drive, according to time of day and all that. But from the airport to the resort areas. And like I say, it's about $30. I mean, we've paid more, but I've never paid over like 46 or 7. I think it's the most I've ever paid, and that's us flying in. Usually, we get there between like 8 in the morning and about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And I also, if you want to kind of play with the cost or whatever, I've got Uber and Lyft on my phone, so I'll like look them both up real quick. And sometimes one will run like some deal or whatever, and it'll be like $5 or $6 cheaper, and I'll just go that route. But I've never had a bad experience with either one. And if you use the minivan service, which that costs a lot of money around the parks, but it's through Lyft. But Uber or Lyft is the way to go. I mean, even if you're solo, you're only going to save like $30 round trip using that bus, and you're going to waste an hour each way, basically. You know, I don't know. I
think
surprised.
It's just worth paying the price to just do the Uber to go straight
like,
to your
it's
resort.
It's not like it's that much more money either. I mean, it's not much. I'm surprised, and I know they had it before COVID, but like, I'm surprised Disney don't just do some sort of a. I don't know if it would be free or if it would be how that would work. I mean, I guess the amount of people would be the problem and traffic with all that, but I'm surprised they don't have some like train or something that goes to the park. I mean, I don't know, but something, because that's like the one place they don't have transportation. What's next?
Okay, next question is, have you tried Gideon's Bakery? I keep seeing videos about it. Is it inside Magic Kingdom? No, there are 2 locations. The one location is at Disney Springs.
That's the one you normally see in all the videos.
Yes. To answer your question, I have been inside of Gideon's. He has not, but I have brought him back some cookies from Gideon's. I really love it. Like, I thought it was really, really good. But the trick is, I went there with a friend of mine, and the trick is as soon, you really need to get there as soon as Disney Springs opens. Go straight there, get into their queue, and then I
think when it's not busy, you just wait in line. When it is busy, they do like a virtual queue.
Well, there wasn't anybody in line when we did it, and they still did a virtual queue.
I got you.
But anyways, so we got into the virtual queue, and it said it was going to take about 45 minutes or whatever. So we started. We just walked around for a little bit, and then they called our name, or they called our number, and we sent us a text message. We went and we got in line, and we were only in line for like 15 minutes before we got to go inside. But the line can get pretty long. There's also another location.
I don't even know where it's at. I just know it's around Orlando, and they say you can basically just bounce up in there. But I do enjoy, like the ones Dawn brought me, I really liked, and I watched the videos. But for me to wait over about 10 minutes for a cookie, I just can't do it. And about every time we're there, there's this massive, massive line, and I'm just like, I'm good. You know what I mean? And I hate that, because I would 100% buy one every time, but I'm not going to wait for like more than 5 or 10 minutes. That's just me. I mean, I would wait 5 or 10 minutes if it was some elusive ribeye steak with shrimp or something. But I mean, and I love sweets, but I can't do it.
It's a lot for a cookie.
And you're spending like whatever they are,
I can't remember,
$10 a piece or whatever they are. So, you told them it's not at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
I have 2 days at Disney with no park hopper. Where should I go, Laura? I guess my question would be, do you have kids, or is this an adult trip, or is it just you? I'm going to say it's just you, just the way it's worded. If it's just you.
With no park hopper.
I'd probably do Epcot and Magic Kingdom,
That's what I would say too.
unless you're a really big like Star Wars fan. I guess I'd switch Epcot with Hollywood Studios, but otherwise, there is so much to do at Epcot, and it's so big. I mean, it's like two parks in one to me. The front half has got, a few rides and stuff like that. The back part's all the countries. You can even walk out the back of it.
Okay.
You don't have to have any kind of ticket, and you're at the boardwalk, and there's tons of stuff back there. And of course, you got to go to Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
if you're going to Disney World. So,
I
see,
would
I
say
didn't
that too.
realize. I wish I could have started making videos like before we ever stepped foot on Disney property, because like I had no clue when we went 3 years ago anything about Disney. Like I thought, I guess I knew there were different parks, but I just thought they were all somehow.
Linked.
I thought
combined.
you walked through a parking lot or something. I had no idea, because I mean, growing up, I'd see like the castle, of course, that's the main thing. But then I'd also see the Epcot ball, and I just assumed they were right there all together. And then I had really no clue about the other stuff. But I wish, now that I've learned so much, it's almost hard to step back and try to explain stuff. I need to learn how to explain stuff to me if I was trying to explain it to myself like before I went, because it was like
Yeah.
that the morning. Well, it's a whole wild story. Maybe we could just tell it on a whole thing one day. But like, I had to work, and Dawn went the day before, and they'd already went to the park. So I wake up. I didn't get there like 4 a.m. I wake up, and I'm like, I have no clue where I'm at. Dawn basically says, "Get on the app." And there's buses out front and all that. And I went and ate a cheeseburger, and then went and waited for a bus, and it took me to wherever I needed to go. And I was like, "This is pretty neat." And then it was hot, and it was something else. But
Yeah. We'll have to tell that story in another whole
Yeah.
podcast, because his first experience was not that great.
true.
But
What's next?
oh, I lost it. Hang on. It is it's from Erica. What are some items that you guys take into the park that most people would not think of? Let's see.
A cooler, but it's in a stroller. Like I wouldn't carry it if we didn't have the stroller. And like snacks.
I would say even a stroller if you don't even have a kid or something. Like something
Honestly,
that you
it
could.
sounds crazy, and they do have lockers, but who wants to fool with a locker? This may sound weird, but like even without a kid, you could push in a stroller and have a cooler in the bottom of it, and potentially like a storage bag for just crap you want to take in.
Let's see.
And you could move it. You don't have to move it every time you go to a different ride, but like you could move it if you're in the front of the park, leave it toward the front of the park. If you're in the back, leave it in the back. Actually, maybe that's a hack to not rent a locker. Now, it's not as secure as a locker,
True.
but you could put the stuff in it and park it. But it is so convenient. Not only that Joanna rides in it, but we got our cooler. Sometimes if I take my bigger camera or something, I'll kind of hide it up under there, and we don't have to tote as much stuff. And last time, and I'd kind of like to get her into this slowly, we had went to like Haunted Mansion and parked it there, and I was like, you know what, just let's leave it there. Joanna started complaining a little bit at the end, but like I thought if we could just kind of leave it there and cover this area,
Yeah.
and then take her back to the stroller, let her ride for a minute if we're going to walk a ways, and then abandon it again. It don't take as long to park it and not park it. So, but anyway, stroller. We take a little bitty cooler with like whatever you could take.
Just some snacks, and we take waters.
Yeah, because you're gonna pay like $6 or $7 for a water, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
We do like a Walmart order to the hotel, get a case of waters for $5, and take several in with us. Take a few snacks. It goes a long way. I mean, if we were just going for like 2 days, I probably wouldn't go to all that trouble. But more than that,
And with kids.
yeah, and with kids.
I would definitely bring some waters and some snacks, especially like if you're going to be standing in line having to wait, something for them to do. Like even if it's just like something you get from like the dollar store for them to like draw on or color. Joanna doesn't really get that bored with that, with just having to stand there. But sometimes she'll look at the app on her phone to see what wait times are. But for like smaller kids, you could take like like one of those little dry erase boards, let them draw. But I would also say one thing that I guess maybe other people don't think about that you might need to take is a small first aid kit with like Band-Aids.
Well,
and
you can get a lot of that at that. There's a first aid station at each park. But
well, that's true. But if you're not,
I was under the assumption from watching videos that the guest relations tents had that sort of thing, and maybe some of them do. But one random trip, I needed some Advil, and I asked the guest relations people, and they were just like, "Nah, we ain't got none." And I was like, "Okay," but like all these videos had said, if you need something like that, just ask them and they'll give it to you. So I don't know what the story of that is, but
I say just take your own, and
yeah.
then you'll just have it whenever you need it.
But yeah, just snacks. I mean, I guess that's what probably other people, some people take, but I don't.
Poncho may not need it, but
we take these. Did I get them? I think I got them at Walmart. They were like 50 cents a piece, ponchos.
oh yeah,
And they're tiny. You just throw them away. There's real thin
like
plastic.
super tiny little pouches.
But if it were to rain, or if we get on like Tiana's and don't want to get wet, you could just throw them on and chunk them. I mean, they're little bitty things.
It's also good to cover up the stroller too. If it starts raining, you throw one over the stroller. But yeah.
Let's see. Mary said, "How does the Disney photographers work? Is there a cost?" Mary, for the most part, there's a cost. They call it Photo Pass, but what you can do it two ways really. You could pay up front, and then just know that you can use any of the photographers. But what I think most people do is you can get them done, and then you got like, I don't remember if it's 30 or 60 days when you get back, and you can buy like a single photo for so much, or you can buy like the whole day for so much, or the whole trip for so much. When we got our annual passes, added it to my annual pass, and it is so nice to just be like, hey, that'd be a neat picture, let them take a picture, and we got it. But we did not buy it when we were just going like and buying the regular park tickets, because it can get kind of expensive. I don't remember what it is a day, but it can add up pretty quick. And you can still look at them, but it puts a big
Photo Pass thing on
Photo Pass over the front of it, and you can't screenshot it and all that sort of thing.
But you can also just pick and choose which ones you want. But
yeah, it cost. I can't remember what it cost. I mean, I want to say it was going to be, I don't even remember, $30 or $40 a day or something like that. I think that's right. But
and honestly, if you're gonna do all the photos, that would be worth it. But if not.
But now, if you get on certain rides like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or something like that, you get a video and a picture, and it's free. There's certain things you can do, particularly rides, and it's included in your thing. If you go to like a after hours event, I think the photos are included most of the time. So,
alrighty. Next question is: I saw where people had used the restrooms waiting for rides. I'm scared I may not be able to wait long in lines. Are there restrooms nearby? I'm a first timer in May. This is from Danielle. There may not be restrooms like while you're standing in lines, but there is always restrooms nearby everywhere.
Well, and you can flag somebody down and say, "Hey, I need to go to the bathroom," and I've never had to do it, but I've heard, they'll let you out of the line and then let you back in to where you're at, basically. You know what I mean? So like, it's not a huge deal. You can figure it out. I think there's like 2 rides that do have restrooms in the queue. I want to say it's the regular Flight of Passage line. I think I'm saying that right. And then something else has got it. But anyway. But yeah, just
we haven't really had to go through that.
Which if we were, well, I don't know how I would do it. If we were together and one of us had to leave.
That's true. We probably could hold, like, even though we say in other videos we don't like it when people do that, but.
Yeah. Give us advice, family of 4, Pop Century, All-Star Movies, or French Quarter, Billy.
Family of 4, Pop Century.
Yeah, probably Pop Century. French Quarter, well, they're all cool. French Quarter's got a very neat dragon pool, but it's very like New Orleans styled, which I'm not saying kids wouldn't like that. Pop Century and All-Star Movies has like the big boom value resort theming, and Pop Century's got the Skyliner, so that's the way. I
say Pop Century.
I'd be like Pop Century,
especially movies, for the kids.
Yeah.
What is a good time? This is from Rita. What is a good time to spend at Disney Springs going this summer? We're actually figuring that out on all these trips that we're going on. We're trying to figure out
You can spend some time at Disney
Yeah.
Springs, and even on this trip we got coming up, I wish we had somewhere else to move it to because we're only going to have a couple hours there. But we're not eating this time, so that's going to help.
That'd be good, yeah.
But there's tons of places to eat. There's stuff to do, stuff to see.
There's a lot of stuff even to do in the evenings too. I mean, maybe if you weren't going with little kids, not so much. But there's like lots of, what are they called?
Well,
Not really performers, but
they got a stage. And
Yeah.
I know they have bands. And honestly, if you spent if you spent a whole day there, they have pontoons that go to like the Riverside and French Quarter and all that. You could take a 10-minute ride and go check them out, ride back on the boat. Saratoga Springs is across the way, but Disney Springs itself, I mean, there's like, I don't know how many restaurants.
lots and lots of restaurants.
A ton of places to shop and see stuff. I mean, it's according to how long your trip is. If you got plenty of time, probably half a day.
Yeah.
If you don't have plenty of time, then during the weekends, I think it's open till like 11 or 12, maybe go at night, or like we normally just put it right in the middle of the day between two parks. This coming trip, we're going to be there probably 2.5 hours. But I mean, there's like a big Star Wars store. There's an M&M store, Coca-Cola store, all of these other, just all kind of stuff to see. So 2 or 3 hours would be good. If you're going to eat, maybe a little longer. And honestly, if you're going to go there and you got time, there is tons of good places to eat. But a couple hours up to really a day if you wanted to. Let's see here. What's the deal with the room checks I keep hearing about? And so after one of these bad people events a couple years ago, Disney made a rule that even if they're not cleaning your room on a day, they at least have to like stick their head in there and make sure everybody's okay, basically. I think there was something where there were some people basically dead, not at Disney, but somewhere else, dead in a room and didn't get found for like a week or something, and it freaked out Disney. So even if you got your sign up, at some point they're going to like knock on the door and make sure everybody's okay, or nothing crazy's going on. That's basically it. Now, I think I keep seeing people post about it too. I think it makes people mad because in the middle of the day they'll come back and take a nap or whatever, and then somebody's knocking on the door and all this stuff, which we have had that happen a time or two. Usually they were coming to clean though, but it just kind of is what it is. I don't really know.
I mean, it's only like 2 minutes, so it's not like it's going to take forever for them to just hand you some new towels and.
Yeah, and I mean, if they're just checking in, they're just going to stick their head in and say, hey. But I mean, I can see where it get aggravating with, I don't know, I guess if you had kids napping or something, but it's not a huge deal. That's basically it. Or at least it hadn't been for us yet.
Righty. This question's from Fran. Fran says, give me a rundown on how pin trading works. My son keeps asking, and I have no idea. This one's probably going to be for him because I don't do the pin trading. Him and our daughter does. So
basically, you just have your own pins. You can buy them anywhere at Disney World. You can buy them off the internet, and you just take some with you. Every resort, every store, most cast members, you can stop them if you see a pin board. Basically, it's just the Disney cast member has to trade with you, basically. So if you got a Snow White pin and you really like the Figment pin, I mean, you don't want to just like go up and forcefully do it, but you want to, hey, you mind if I see your pin board? They'll show it to you. I think I want to trade for that one. Usually they'll pull it off. You give them the one you want to trade for, they'll put it on. That's it. And then you can go down the whole road of like, now there's fake pins. We try to not do fake pins, but I'm pretty sure I've got a few fake ones I didn't know were fake at the time. But the fake ones are ones you're going to buy off eBay, like $10 for 100 pins or something.
Those are not real.
Those don't do that. And I feel like it's, I guess, wrong if you buy that knowing you're going to trade them and then some other person's going to end up probably with it. So I don't know. But you can buy the pin sets or the mystery boxes or whatever at anywhere at Disney.
Anywhere.
I mean, the hotels will have them, any of the stores. They're not all that expensive if you just want to get a couple to start with and trade. They even have kits that come with like a lanyard and 4 pins or whatever, and you can get that and start trading. And there's groups you can get in to try to tell if they're fake or not fake when you're trading, but I know some stuff to look for, but I'm still don't think I could 100% tell some of them. But at the same time, like with our daughter, she don't care if it's fake or not.
Right.
Like if it's
Pluto, she's getting it.
yeah, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if I really got into it, I would want to somehow learn a little more. But that's basically it. You got buy a few pins,
and just make sure you tell your son he does not have to trade one at every single pin board.
You can say, "Hey, you mind if I look at your pin board?" They'll
and
bring it to you.
if he doesn't see anything he wants,
thank you.
But our child thinks that she needs to trade at every pin board, so we're trying to teach her that she doesn't have to if she doesn't see anything she doesn't want, like she wants or doesn't want. So.
And technically, you can trade up to 2 pins. Most people just do 1, but we did have one instance where Joanna really wanted 2 of them, and they said, "No, you can do 2." So you can trade up to 2. But they're everywhere's got a pin board, even places you wouldn't think would have one. Give me your favorite food spots in the Magic Kingdom. We always end up at the same place, Chris. I feel like we still got places to explore, and some places I think we were led astray, like the cheeseburger spring rolls kind of sucked. Oh, they didn't kind of suck, they sucked. I mean, it was like something you bought at the Sam's Club and put it in the microwave.
And put it,
yeah, it was awful.
It wasn't good.
God, I don't know. I mean, as far as a sit down, I still really like Tony's.
Me too.
The Italian place at the front, and I guess maybe before a couple years ago it got a bad rap, and now it's kind of fixing itself, because I've seen some people recently make videos that said now they like it, but we've never had a bad experience there.
And I really like Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace was good for character stuff. As far as snacks, there's like a beignet stand walking towards Tiana's out of Adventureland. It was good. Gaston's has got those.
And we still haven't tried them.
Yeah, cinnamon rolls.
Oh, my bad.
I'm trying to think. Well, I'll tell you what our spot is for snacks, and I like it, and that is the big top tent back at Storybook Circus.
Yes.
You walk in, they got the smellitizers blowing out like baked good smell.
Yes.
They always have good cookies and good snacks, and
the cookies are the size of your face.
Yeah,
they are huge.
That's like our go-to spot usually, and they change them out seasonally or whatever. But like they had Halloween ones, and they had, I don't remember what, I think maybe some Valentine's Day stuff last time, and so that's our spot.
Yeah, that would be a good spot to get a treat or a snack.
I think that's all the questions. If y'all have any, we can do this again in a week or two. Just put them in the comments or email them to jeremytherapytv@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We made on our next podcast, maybe we could talk about my first time, at least at Disney World. That'd be cool. And what I've learned to do and not do and all that sort of thing. But we got a Disney trip coming up, so we put out stuff about every day, but we should have some cool videos coming up soon. So check those out. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.